Hi, I'm Robin Leach with those champagne wishes, and you're listening to Kitchen Chat with Margaret McSweeney. Good eating.
Hello, everyone. I'm Margaret McSweeney, host of Kitchen Chat, and we are taking Kitchen Chat on the road. And today you are getting a great sneak peek at Spago Beverly Hills. We are in the wine cellar with the wine director and James Beard Award nominee for Best Wine Program, wonderful Phillip Dunn. Welcome to Kitchen Chat.
Hi, how are you?
Well, this is just amazing. How many bottles of wine do you think are in Spago?
At Spago right now, we're probably looking at about 20,000, roughly. We have an off-site cellar too, that probably has another 5 to 6, good 5 to 6,000. But right now we're probably pushing 20. This is allocation season, so allocation season always means we have a lot more, and then as that number goes up, and then it'll come back down, and then it'll go back up again, based on allocation season and busy season. So at different peaks of times of the year, we have a lot more wine than we do others. Right now, probably about 20. I'd say 20,000.
20,000 bottles of wine. This is so exciting. And Phillip, can you kind of explain how it's organized and the method behind everything?
So basically what I've done is I have a binning system. It starts right there at 101 and then goes all the way around. And it kind of ends at like 700. But then I have a wall here for Burgundy that I've separated out just because Burgundy can be very complex at times, so I give it its own sort of binning system, and that's sort of how I do it. And essentially what happens is the wine list, there's a 4-digit number. The 4-digit number, we ring the 4-digit number in. When the ticket prints, it prints a bin number. And so when you come to the bin, it'll be 155, you know that's the wine, and that's how we do it. So we never put more than two different bottles in a bin. So we would never have more than 2 producers in a bin. It'll be either one producer or just 2. If that makes sense.
Yes,
so,
yes.
And that's so it's easy to find. I mean, typically the wine team is pulling the wine, probably 9 out of 10 times, but sometimes managers do. And when you're dealing with bottles that are particular, certain vineyards and vintages and whatnot, we want to be sure that we're accurate. So.
Yes. Accuracy
is key, and also key is efficiency to getting to the table. Someone orders wine, you have guests. Sometimes they want it right away. When you come up here, the last thing you want to be doing is looking for wine. So we want to come here, grab it, and go.
The grab and go. This I can't imagine grabbing and grab. And if you could maybe point out, because these are probably international. We are in a culinary cave of fine wines, and it's just so exciting.
So this room has only red wines, okay. And then we have a room sort of just to on the other side here that's only white wines. And so this temperature, we're at about 58 degrees. It's a good temperature I like for serving red, because by the time it gets to the table, it's in the sort of, I would say, low 60s by the time we get it down there. And I found that's a very good temperature, and we let that temperature come up. So all here is New World Reds, Old World Reds, Cabernet Sauvignon from a lot of California, Pinot Noir, Burgundy, Spain, Italy, all here.
All here. So is there a champagne room too?
The champagne room is downstairs, actually. It's on the wine wall, which I think we'll take a photo of later, or a shot of that later. But all the champagne is in that building, in that unit, on those units. And it's at a specific temperature, so it's ready to go at all times, ready to serve.
Wonderful. So for those of us at home who don't have access to this incredible wine cellar, and if we bring a bottle home, so I always hear room temperature for red wines, but this is a little chillier than a room temperature. Right. How should one save and serve red wine at home?
Aged, at home, it depends on how soon you're going to drink it. And if you're going to hold on to a wine for several months or to a year or whatnot, I would probably try to keep it in a dark, cool space. In Los Angeles, it can get in between where you are. It can be very warm sometimes, and you want to keep it out of the sunlight. You want to keep it, like I said, in a dark, cool space. But wine is a lot tougher than we sort of give it credit for sometimes. I don't think optimally, yes, in the sort of mid 50s is a great temperature if you're gonna do long term aging. But if you're looking within a year, as long as you keep it in a dark, cool room, you're okay. I don't unless you have something really, really delicate and very, very old, then that's different. But if it's something that's current vintage, that you picked up either through a wine club or a winery, you're probably good and you don't know you're going to age it for the next 20 years. You'll be fine if it's in a dark, cool room.
That is great to hear. Words of advice from sommelier, wine director at Spago, Phillip Dunn. And I'm just curious, Phillip, what is the most expensive bottle of wine in this wine cellar?
We're probably pushing $15,000. I think $15,000 is my most expensive wine at the moment.
What makes it that much expensive?
I think, we get one bottle. They don't make a lot. It's Domaine delle Romane Conti typically is the most expensive wine that we carry. It's about $15,000 roughly on the list. And that's and two reasons, really. I mean, it's demand. And again, when you get one bottle, and that's your entire allocation, you sort of do it also to protect the list in a roundabout way. Pricing's kind of, some people might think that's outrageous, and you probably could find it less somewhere else and go ahead. But I'm not interested in. Typically, I'm not really interested in selling those wines at any really given time. It's more of a iconic wine to have on your wine list. So, and there's very few people who will actually go there anyway. So. It's okay.
Very special to have. And listeners and viewers, please tune in, because in just a little bit, the wine expert, wine director, Phillip Dunn here at Spago Beverly Hills, is going to walk us through a wine list and give you confidence when you go to a fine restaurant and they bring that list to you, and just kind of a GPS on how to order wine. So stay tuned for more Kitchen Chat.